Hello, live. How are you guys? Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to share the first Sunday of the new year with you guys. Happy New Year. Please wait while I'll get some other people to join us here on the live. I'm really excited for this new year 2018 to just kick off with some new topics, new ideas, and I'm super excited for the new year. So I don't know what you guys have in store, but really just trying to promote the #1 HR expert. And I will also leave the link so you guys can reach me if you need anything from my services. I get really excited about sharing new topics with you guys. Today's topic is basically, have you ever been so mad at someone at work that you wanted to send this angry, hateful, despiteful email? I think we've all been there. And yeah, so I just really hope that you guys delete that. Oh, I accidentally deleted the information. Hold on, bear with me. Sorry, guys. So I'm trying to pin the post into the top of the comment section. So you guys can look for the #1 HR expert. You can look up all the information that I provide, but I'm going to share this to a couple of groups, as I normally do. What are you guys up to this fine Sunday? Getting ready for your work week, I'm sure. When you're coming in, please let me know where you're from. That would be helpful. And please like, share, and comment during the live and also during the replay. Please, I can also see your comments during the replay, so please do that for me. It'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I have a personal story of my own about this topic, and really something that you probably shouldn't do is send a hateful or hurtful email to someone or a coworker, because guess what, the next day you're gonna see that same person, and you might not have the same feelings that you did when you were angry at the particular time. So always be mindful and be aware of emails that you're going to send out, because you could be potentially getting yourself in trouble. Then the fact of just being who's right or who's wrong, you want to definitely make sure that you're not hurting someone when you're sending a hateful or hurtful email. So let's dive into the topic tonight. I'm going to give you guys a little background history, not a background history, but a little story about a situation that I had at work. It was for my former boss, and they sent, hey Lori, they sent me an email, and I just wanted to go, how you go to town, like, and you're writing these, this email, and then, they're trying to tell you that maybe you're not right in a situation and you're feeling a certain type of way. So you definitely want to check your feelings at the door before sending that email. So I sent the email, which you shouldn't do, but I went ahead and sent the email, and it just kind of backfired, and the person came down to my office, which was my former boss, and we had to have pretty much a powwow in regards to the email that I wrote. So in order for you to check your feelings at the door is I want to say you don't want to leave hurtful emails to people that you potentially and possibly will still be working with in the near future. And that means you got to communicate effectively, but not disregard your feelings, because at the moment you are angry. So these are some of the tips that I would say that you can do, and we all can do, and take advantage of these tips. So 3 things to do before you send an angry email that you'll later regret. So these are some of the things that I come up with. So number 1, you definitely want to write your email. So write the email, write it all out. You're typing and you're like, oh, I'm going to get it all out. I'm going to say everything I want to say. So you want to type all that out, get it all out in the open. And then once you get it all out, you're going to feel like, feel better, but you are not going to hit the send button. Believe me, do not hit that send, because once you hit the send, it's out there in the universe and it's out there to potentially come back and bite you in your butt, as I want to say. I think there is like something in the air. Like I see like lint or something. Anyways. So you definitely want to write the email, but you don't want to hit the send button. So write it all out, what you want to say, all your feelings, blah, 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 blah. You're going to not hit the send button. You're going to process all of your negative emotions. You're going to put it all out on the email. If you try to suppress it, it's probably not going to work, because you might come out verbally in an altercation with the person that you're having conflict with. So you definitely want to just put it all out in the email. Do not even put the person's email address in the body, because you might accidentally send it. So you don't want to do that. You're not going to hit the enter button, but you're going to write it all out. You're going to read it back. And then the next thing, number 2, is you're going to sleep on it. You're going to sleep on what you wrote. If you want, you can send it to yourself. And then that way you can read it over in the nighttime to see how it transpires or how it sounds when you read it again after you slept on it. So the next day you can come back and you read it and you can be like, okay, that's not really what I want to say. And then try to adjust it or tweak it, or just not hit the send button at all. So when you sleep on it, now you have all the time about understanding what you wrote in the email. You're going to be able to sleep on it, and you're going to give yourself some time to cool down. And that's important, time to cool down, because sometimes when we're doing stuff in the heat of the moment, in the passion, you're going to just say some negative things that possibly can hurt somebody. And those words, once they come out on an email or in person, you can't take those things back. So you definitely want to make sure that you sleep on it. So after you have rested thoroughly, you have your chances the next morning, you will be able to more clearly think and reassess the situation better. So that's definitely what you want to do, is you want to reassess the situation and give yourself that ample opportunity. Step number 3, you're going to make a decision. The decision is either I'm going to send this email or I'm not going to send this email. So after you've slept on it, you've read the email again, you've made a decision, whether that's to send the email or to not send the email. I would say is to not send the email, is to just let it sit, step away, print the email out, have it for your records, but don't send the email. Maybe this is time for you to set up time with that person on a one-on-one basis and really just tell them, this really bothered me. We had a situation and I feel it's not resolved, and how can we come to a resolution? And sometimes you're not going to come to an even kill where both parties are happy, but at least if you can speak to the person and kind of get an understanding and kind of put it to bed, because all it's going to do is cause you undue hardship, or it's going to cause you to resent or to be or it's going to cause you undue hardship, because the person is gone on with their life and it's just making you unsettled or uneasy. So you definitely want to make sure that you check your feelings and get it under control, especially in the work environment, because you never know how it can come back to bite you in the butt, especially if it's your superior, your boss that you're working for. So if it's a mutual coworker, it's a little bit better. You can kind of have that dialogue, but when it's your boss, it can be problematic in the future. So the next thing I would say is in emails, when you're writing an email, make sure you remove any tone of anger. So you definitely don't want to have an angry tone. Try to be as objective as possible in emails and stick to the facts, relative facts that have came up, and then you want to list those in the body of the email. And you want to keep it short and simple and to the point when you're writing an email. And you want to avoid sarcasm and threats in the email. So you definitely want to check your feelings at the door. Definitely just list all your facts, remove the angry tone, and just keep it short, simple. And what my sister always says is nice, nasty. But always be professional because you are talking with coworkers and peers, and also your superiors, your bosses, supervisors, and management. So you definitely want to be professional at all times. And then you want to think long term. So how can this relationship be mended? How can this be a win-win situation? And not that you're winning the argument, but don't say something that can ruin your entire relationship for good, even if you're right or the other side has deserved it. You definitely want to just make sure that you're not just being spiteful with the person, and that you really want to get the situation resolved. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is checking your feelings at the door and just being as professional as possible. So I know we've all been there before, where we want to send hateful and hurtful emails to people, but you just got to check your feelings at the door, stay professional as possible, and just use these tips. So the first one, like I said, write it all down, write it all in the email is step one. Step two is sleep on it. Don't send the angry email, just sleep on it. Take time to think about what you've said in the email and determine whether or not you're going to press the send button. And then number three is make a decision whether you're going to send it or not send it. So I hope this was helpful to somebody that is possibly dealing with this situation at work. I'd like for you guys to like this, share it, comment. If you're watching the replay, please let me know where you're at, where you're located, what city and state. And if you're out of the country, what country you're from. Any comments is helpful. And maybe you'd like to put your own scenario or situation in the comment section, and we can read about it and see how you overcame this particular situation with sending angry emails. So I hope this was helpful for you guys today. I'm sending off love, peace, and blessings to all. Bye-bye.